I'm an educator at Institute for the Study of Mongolian Dinosaurs. I have been working on the project called Movable Dinosaur Museums for more than 3 years. I found out this Cultural Heritage Fellowship program from ACMS Facebook page, and that was early March in 2018. And that time I really excited when I see the announcement, and then I just wanted to challenge myself and wanted to learn from American museums. When I heard that Rubin Museum has chose me to have an internship, I was super excited and surprised, and that gave me a really great opportunity for me to learn a lot of things. The most exciting part from my internship was participating for the education programs, and then also visiting at the American high school, middle schools, and the elementary schools, and working with these teenage kids. So they had several different educational programs for the schools and also for the families. So I participated mostly in this school education programs and then also family programs. And the favorite part was teaching for the teenage kids. Another great opportunity during my internship was participating in experiencing the American cultures, because I went to New York from September until December, so that gave me a great opportunity to experience the Thanksgiving and then the Christmas, and also the one biggest part was the museum gala. Because Rubin Museum of Art has the similarities with Mongolian culture, the museum is actually a religious museum, more like a Himalayan culture related art museum. So it was really close to me, understanding their concepts like Buddhism and the other related cultures there. And then also the landscape was also similar, because they have been educating people with Himalayan cultures like Indians, and then some parts of Asians like Tibetans. So one interesting fact is Rubin Museum has our Zambazar. At the Rubin Museum of Art, they have a Mongolian sculpture which is made in 1600. So that's a really great thing that Mongolian culture is representing at the Rubin Museum of Art. The most important things that I experienced and learned from the Rubin Museum of Art was being a part of this education program at the Rubin Museum and helping for the educators to create their curriculums, and then also prototyping all those ideas to work out for the students to learn it. So that was the biggest thing that I learned, how to create the curriculums, and then how to test them out, and then how to reach for the kids and schools, for the families. That was the biggest experience and skills that I learned. Now I'm back in Mongolia, and what I'm planning to do in the future is I wanted to help for my Mongolian museum educators to learn how to create educational curriculums, and then also wanted to inspire them why the museum education programs are so important, how to reach out for the publics, and advertising museums is the important cultural part for the people, and not just the cultural part, it's also like space for you to relax and then enjoy your time efficiently, and also learning new things, not just related with the museums, just learning new things at that museum space. So that's the wonderful thing for us to learn, and then also also the public to understand that. So this coming year and following years, I wanted to do this study related with the visitor experience based in the UB City museums. And then also, based on my studies, I wanted to create interesting public outreach programs, educational programs for the museums. Because our Mongolian Museum has great concepts and then also really rich resources that we never realized. So that's my nearest goal, that what I want to do. In the last part, I would like to share some advice or give tips for the future participants, future fellows. So the first thing I would like to say is, please don't hesitate for yourself to apply for this program, and don't scare of it. Try to be as open as you can, and try to learn new things and make networking and make friends during the internship, because it's a great opportunity for you to establish a connection with American museums and then also Mongolian museums. So that's the biggest benefits that we can get from there. Also, whatever program you choose to participate or do intern, always try to do more than you can, because try to volunteer. Even you're not asked to do volunteer at some other events, try to be open and try to challenge yourself and be a volunteer at their programs, because Rubin has many public events besides educational programs. Secondly, New York is a great place because it's a melting pot, which is the mixed culture area, or the biggest city in America. So because of that, you can meet lots of different people who has different opinions and different knowledge, and see life differently, actually, so that you can learn from those people and improve your personal skills, and then also improve yourself. Another thing that I would like to share with you is, since you're going to Rubin Museum of Art, they're related with the Buddhist religion, so try to learn deeper about our Mongolian Buddhist type, and try to share at the Rubin Museum, because there's lots of people who's interested in Buddhism and wanted to talk with you in different topics and wanted to ask questions. Because Tibetan Buddhism is quite different than Mongolian Buddhism, so they're really interested in what's the difference, what's the similarities, and what kind of Mongolian cultural things that they can apply at their museums. So try to be ready for that questions. The last but not the least, the Rubin Museum give you great benefits. One of the great benefits is that when you become an intern at their museum, you get an ID card, and then you can use that ID card for visiting different museums in New York City. That's the biggest opportunity that I had and experienced. So you can visit different museums freely, and actually if you have time, you can just spend whole day for staying in one museum, or visiting 3, 4, 5 museums at a time. And I have to definitely advise you that try to visit as many museums that you can. So my intern title was at the education department, working with the schools and families program. Schools and family programs are one program, but they're run separately. So there's a separate family program every Sunday, and it's free for every families. So that was really exciting, because it's open for anyone who's interested in participating. And then also, if you participate for the family programs, you got an opportunity to visit the museum freely. So that's a great opportunity for the families to visit museum freely and then spending time with their children. On the other hand, the school program had several different programs. So school programs are based on their education system and what kind of lessons they should learn through schools. are combined with the museum education programs. School programs had two different types. One was school kids, like the classes will be visiting at the museums, and the other one was the museum educators were visiting at the schools. So that's the difference, how they run educational programs and combine their education program or museum outreach through schools. So we should learn from that practices too.